The Brady Bunch.
Hey, there it goes. Yeah, we do look like the Brady Bunch. How's everybody doing tonight? It is so great to see you gals out there, and it's so cool that we have the technology to do these Facebook Lives. We're going to let the room fill up just a second, but I am so excited tonight because we are going to talk about a new gun that we all got to shoot, and it's pretty cool. So I won't step on anybody's toes and announce this gun. It's from Ruger, I'll say that. But we are so excited that we had this opportunity, and I'm so excited that we've got two of our teammates here to really talk about it. Ruger was so generous in letting us be some of the first people to try this gun out, and it's been a blast. Krista, it is good to see you. How are you doing?
I am great. You know, I'm kind of rested, but maybe need more rest. For those that might have recognized that we didn't come on live last week,
Right.
Karen and I were on a Discover It week. We learned all kinds of fun things, like how to build a debris shelter, and we had a little competition to see who could start a fire faster, and all the things that we might need to know if we were lost in the woods. Yeah, whatever. So we had great intentions. We were going to come live from the actual experience, but then we kind of forgot that there was no cell phone or internet coverage away from the building. So we spent all day long, every day out in the wilderness and couldn't come live. So I hope you guys didn't miss us too much. We're glad to be here tonight. We're talking about the new Ruger LCP MAX, and we've got Dub and Amy, two of our staff instructors with us that we're fortunate to also receive a Ruger LCP MAX and try it out. We're going to share about it this evening. So let's get started. Dub, can you share a little bit about yourself?
Sure. I am a NRA certified instructor, and I've been with Shoot Like a Girl for over 3 years now, and loving every minute of it. I love that I get to work, kind of one-on-one with the girls, and introduce those to the shooting sports. I myself just got into archery from that also, and it's been an amazing experience. Everybody's so welcoming, and I just I'm just loving it.
Awesome. Thanks. Amy, what about you?
Well, I am one of the archery instructors, so I'm really excited that Doug's getting into archery. I've been with the team. It is a little over 2 years, but I don't think I got to travel at all last year because of all of our restrictions. So hopefully I'm going to get out there again. I really enjoy the opportunity, like Doug said, to see some of these women try this for the first time. It's really awesome.
Well, we're glad that you guys are joining us tonight. And this is, Ruger is one of our many partners. We love all of our partners, whether they're firearms related, archery related, boot related, and you name it. We've got a variety of partners out there. But Ruger did bring these into our zone and ask us to talk about them, share with them on social media. And so that's what we're going to do tonight. So let's talk quickly. I'm looking through my notes here, so I want to make sure we don't miss anything. Karen, let's start with you. You got to shoot it this weekend. We can't hear you. Mute. We can't hear you.
Sorry. It's a great gun. It is a 380, and it has a really big magazine capacity. So it comes with extra magazines where you can have extra capacity, which is really nice. I shot it, so I was worried, I have to tell you. So sometimes those guns that have a large capacity, they're hard to load. And I was really impressed that I was able to load all of my rounds very easily. I used the loader that came with the gun, but I was able to do that. And I will tell you, and Dub, I know that's not a technical term, y'all. If you want technical terms, we can point you to our channel. But I really enjoyed that the gun was not snappy. And so when you think about little guns, sometimes you think that they're going to be really snappy when you shoot them. And for me, I was impressed that my target reacquisition was very quick. And for all of you that know, so our instructors are probably far greater shooters than I am. I don't get a chance to shoot as much as I'd like to. And I've been working on my trigger reset. And so making sure that I don't like pull my finger all the way out and then reshoot. And so I was very pleased that I was able to do that very effectively with this little LCP MAX. It was an awesome gun to shoot. It's a great option for women out there and really for anybody. But Deb, what did you think of it?
I really did like it a lot. Shooting it had no recoil that first shot. I literally looked over and went, wow, that's crazy, because with it being, under 11 ounces, you're expecting to have that recoil and it's just not there. So that part was amazing. It shot really well. I was on target. I got those bullseyes I was looking for. And so I was impressed.
Very cool.
I think it's a unique thing. Oh, sorry, Karen. I think it's unique because we look at firearms as a whole, right? Remove the brands and all of the things that have names or labels, and they kind of are overwhelming. So for all of our new shooters and our followers are thinking, gosh, it's just a name and a number, and I don't know how to figure this out for myself. We're just talking about this one particular firearm tonight, but make sure you spend some time. So when you hear us talk about it, we're going to share with you the things that we loved. We might share anything that we thought we liked, but maybe it wasn't in the love category. But make the decision for yourself, right? Learn how to fit a firearm for yourself. Walk the line, put your hands on it, feel comfortable with it, because you want that investment to be one that you're going to go out and train with, right? And that you're going to find comfort in. So yeah, Amy, tell us about your experience with it.
Well, you said about getting the guns in your hands. Like, we have the gun bar when you're at the trailer, so you can touch all the different kinds of guns. So when I knew this was coming, I was a little bit nervous on the size of it. I tend to favor a larger gun. I have very large hands for a woman, so I tend to favor that kind of gun. And when they brought out the box, I thought, oh, it's going to be something a little bit smaller than I'm used to. And I put it in my hand, and immediately, you can, like Karen said, you can fire the target immediately. And I have very long fingers, and the trigger was fantastic. I actually slid it across my finger in a couple different ways to shoot it, and it was super comfortable. I was really surprised. And like Karen said, you have to try some different options to find out what fits you. And immediately when I looked at the box, I almost wanted to balk because of it's a smaller framed gun. It's just almost an inch wide. But I have to say, after I put a couple of rounds through it, I was really impressed. Karen?
Yeah. So Krista, when you shot it, what did you think? And did you try, it comes with a holster. So not only it comes with a little holster, your magazine, your gun lock, your ammunition, whatever you guys want to call it. I call it a mag loader. But Krista, what did you think? And did you try to conceal it? Did any of you all try to conceal it?
I did. I did. So back to what it comes with, which was kind of an exciting thing. If we think of it coming with one magazine, often you'll get a second magazine. So this particular firearm comes with a 10-round magazine with it. And the kit that we received had two 12-round magazines as well, which basically changed the length of the magazine and the grip in your hand. Came with that great pocket-style holster, the kind that doesn't have a clip on it, but you can slide either in your pocket in between your pants and your skin. That mag loader, which I did. I'll say I'm usually too proud to use something like that, but I did end up using it as it got fuller, and it was an ease of use. I put the magazine, the holster and the firearm in my pants, between my skin and my pants, to see how it would stick. It's kind of like, material that will sort of hold in place. I was impressed. Holsters are a whole new realm. We've learned that as well. Once you choose your firearm, now you have to run the journey of choosing your holster to meet your needs. And there are places that I can see that this holster would be beneficial, and this style holster with this small concealed carry firearm. Mm-hmm. Small firearms, kind of, Amy, I'm in your bucket too. I tend to lean into the larger, and I might have come out of the gate with blinders on thinking, oh, I don't know, it's so small. There's things you hear about small firearms, but it was really a comfortable shoot. It was very smooth. That's one of my my unique words for it. I thought the slide was smooth. I thought the trigger was smooth. The loading the magazine was smooth. There weren't too many like crunchy, bumpy parts. It was really an ease of use.
I might have stuck mine in my gun tote mama purse and carried it around. And it was nice to not have that weight, because it is lighter. And so, it was really easy. I carry around all day, did some shopping. And so it was a nice fit.
Right. It is a good fit. We're bringing it in. It will be, I don't know if it'll be in time for our next show in Farmington, but it will be one of the firearms that's deactivated on our gun bar for people to put their hands on and compare across the board as they choose what fits them. We've got a handful of 380s on the line. 1, 2, 3, 4 that I can think of off the bat. And 3 of those fall into that smaller concealed carry category. So here's an opportunity for you to kind of get the feels of each of them and make that decision for yourself and see what it feels like. If you get the opportunity, I know Dub's already been sharing it, right? So I know she took a friend shooting last night.
Yes.
And so if you get the opportunity, whether you go to a rental range or you've got a friend that's already purchased one, or maybe you know one of us and we can take you to the range, try it out. Like, get the feeling behind what we're saying about it, because I think you're going to be really excited. Dub, do you want to share a little bit about your shooter last night?
Does anyone have one of their guns with them to show the people? I'm going to grab mine. I'll grab mine.
Yeah.
I'll get it.
Okay. So Dub, while she's grabbing it, why don't you share a little bit about your shooter last night?
I've had a friend that reached out to me from Facebook asking if I thought that she could shoot it one-handed. I replied, absolutely. I do think that you can, because of the, there not being hardly any recoil to it. I messaged her a few days later and said, hey, how about I bring it out and let's give it a try. She had lost one of her arms in an accident over 20 years ago. And she said, I want to feel like I can protect my family and myself, but I don't feel like I'm able to load it and do all the things with one hand. I just don't think I can. And I said, I think we can. So I took it out there and we started from the beginning of just loading that magazine. And, she, because of the way that she has learned over the years, she automatically laid it down and kind of pressed it up against her tummy, and she just loaded that magazine. It took a few minutes to figure out, the tuck in and push in. But once she did, she was able to do it with ease. I mean, I was impressed of how well she was loading that magazine. And then we practiced just, putting the firearm down over the magazine to load it. And we used the slide release to push that slide, load it. And yes, thank you. And then, which, all of this was empty. We did practice all of our safety. And we were able to get her outside, do that, get her on target. She was hitting bullseyes. I was able to get some pictures of her target at the end, and that bullseye was just gone. And then we also, loaded and unloaded in the middle. Once she was out, we reloaded, and, she was able to keep going. She was excited at the end. She said, I never thought I could do this on my own, but now I know I can. And she's going to order it. I gave her 3 different options of some other firearms that I had to try out. And that was the one that she ended up, liking the most, that she felt the most comfortable with. So it was a pretty exciting night. And
that goes back to our underlying message of, try them on, see how they feel. I see Karen's got her white box.
All right, so I want to show you all how these guns come in a box. So they're going to come with a few things. One is this. And if you don't know what that is, I'm going to show you because it's firearm storage. All pistols now in the United States come with at least a lock like this, a cable lock. So it's going to also come with the firearm, and inside the firearm, it's going to have this little slide stop. So it will come like that. You'll have to open the slide to pull that out. I already did that for you. But look how tiny this is. And so you guys can see, you can verify with me. Gun is unloaded. unload it.
Karen, why don't you drop us off the screen so they can see full picture, and then just bring us back up when you're finished showing it. That way they can see the full.
All right. So y'all, I'm not great with this. So this firearm is unloaded. I'm keeping it pointed in a safe direction, even though I know. But when you look how tiny it is, like look at that. It's a very tiny. My finger goes all the way to the end, but not past the barrel, which is great. It's very easy. This is the little thing I was talking about. This is a mag loader. I'm sure there's a more technical term, but this really helps you because what it does, it has a little hook on the end. And when you get down to the end of the rounds that you're pushing in, you can push this and it saves your finger. Definitely saves your fingernails, ladies. It also comes with this cute little holster. I'll go ahead and put the magazine in. Magazine's empty as well. Let me find where I am. We'll go ahead and put the magazine in. Nice hard slap. Rack that slide back. And look at this. It comes with, this is what Krista was talking about. It's really kind of like a suede and then a more stiff part. But I'm sure that multiple manufacturers will have firearms for that. But what it does is it covers the trigger guard, which any holster you want to make sure it covers the trigger guard. And that actually comes together. So this comes in a whole pack of things. Now, hey, just a quick safety note. I know you guys all know this, but if you're going to unload a gun, what you always want to do is drop the magazine first and then pull the slide back, not the other way around. That makes sure. Now we're going to just double check. So y'all see that my gun is unloaded. And there we go. I'm going to bring the ladies back in and I'll show you this cable lock. We're going to be in different orders again. So a cable lock is pretty cool because what it's going to do, hopefully, is this comes out, right? And all you're going to do is stick it through the mag well, up through the ejection port, back down, and then I'm going to set it down so that I do this safely. Then you stick it back in there and lock it. Now, what that's just done is given extra storage security on this firearm. So if I wasn't going to use this firearm for a while, which I will be using it again, but you can store it safely and keep it nice and secured. So it's real important we remember firearm safety, even when we're sitting here talking about this. And I know all you ladies practice it, but you know, guys, I know last month was Firearm Safety Month, but every day should be Firearm Safety Day in your house. If you haven't had a chance to talk to someone about firearm safety, do it today. Whether it's your grandkids, your kids, your neighbor, your person walking down the street, let's have a conversation about being safe, responsible gun owners. It looks like we have a question. Would this be a good answer? All right. This is a question from Lee Neff. Would this be a good handgun for a young shooter to learn on? I say, Lee, it probably would be, but new shooters, young shooters, same as adult shooters, we really need to make sure that what they're using is comfortable for them. So I would say it's a great option to have them shoot it and see how they like it. It really, it is amazing how little recoil this firearm has. Like sometimes a small gun will feel like it's snapping. The 380 ammo, you know, we all are going to be challenged to find that right now. But it is, what do you think, Krista?
So I see two other questions too. Mary Peck asked, what's the approximate price? What we're hearing from Ruger is the suggested retail is going to be somewhere around $449. I know that it's out because I believe someone's already mentioned they've purchased theirs already, you know, it came out July 1st. And then I see a question from Denise New, and she's worried about hand strength and how easy it is to rack the slide. So I might not be the best person to ask that question because I do shoot a lot. And so I've kind of become a little, maybe not numb, but even killed on the slides. I thought it was a really easy slide. You know, smooth, easy, not too rigid. But Mary, I would say go to the gun store or find us on our journey and try it. That's an opportunity that we offer at the trailer where you can work with the slide and see if it's something that you can actually rack.
Yep. And I'm going to just demonstrate really quickly. I don't want to go too far over time. But ladies, if you take this flat part of your hand right here and you put it on the slide and you wrap these fingers around, I'm holding that as tight as if I was holding like a stubborn jar of pickles that I couldn't open. Like I've got the full weight of the gun here. I'm behind the ejection port. This ejection port is a pinch point, so I never want my hand to be over the top. And I have my hand high up on there, so I don't have any fat hanging around here that of my hand that could get hurt. And now if you hold that as tight as you would, like it was a stubborn jar, and just push the gun away from you with your finger off the trigger, it's so super easy. And I'll just show you. I do this at the trailer. I don't know if I can do it here. But if you look right here, let's see. So you see right here this little lever? All you're doing is pulling that slide back so that that little lever will drop down. And so I'm going to flip the gun. So I'm doing it the right way, but backwards. So when you watch this little lever right here, look how little it actually pulls back to go. Like it's like this much. And so a lot of times we're fighting the slide when we really don't need to be fighting the slide. So that's just something you might want to consider. So there you go. Quick lesson. Can't resist.
Awesome.
Sorry.
Dub and Amy, do you have any final comments you want to share?
I was just going to say I ended up shooting it with my non-dominant hand, which is left-handed, just to, switch it and do both sides and see how it was. And I didn't have any trouble with my left hand racking that slide. And so, and that's not something I'm used to doing. So I felt like it was, not too hard.
Right.
The one thing we didn't say much about were the sights on this pistol. And
oh, that's right.
I got to tell you what, the sights on this pistol are they're really clear. They're really easy to see. Yeah, can you get them? Yeah, look at that. It's just, it glows like you wouldn't believe when you try to put that on target. You bring it up consistently every single time. That was one of the nicest things about this right out of the box. Like I think all of us said, you're right on bullseye right out of the box. And I think that sight has a little bit to do with it.
Yes.
Yeah,
Maybe
it
you
does.
guys
I'm
are right
surprised.
on bullseye. I was not. So all of my shots were low. I mean, they were centered, but they were low. And it took me a while to figure out what that plane should look like. So I'm really proud of you ladies, but I will tell you, I was not on center. Like I did not hit a bullseye right away. I was like, I kept coming in at 6 o'clock. I'm like, come on, we got to get in the middle of that clock. And once I figured out that sight picture, because it is, Amy, you're right. It's like, I don't know how I can do this, but it's like a rounded view.
Yeah, you can see that big white dot on there.
Yeah, it's cool. Good point.
Yeah,
though.
and so for me, I'm surprised I didn't mention the sights because I'm kind of a snob when it comes to sights and triggers. And I have, as you can see, glasses on, but I'm also wearing contacts. So I have like uber vision trying to see things, and sights are typically a challenge. That glowy front sight, I can't see it clearly because of my vision, but it was bright enough that I could make it out against the black U in the back, which, often that's a personal challenge for me, is being able to see those sights. I do see another statement in here. Peggy Barchi says, oh, Dub, I hope I get to meet you someday. Well, we are going to be in RMEF in a couple of weeks, and Peggy will be there, I believe, with her husband shooting the Total Archery Challenge, and Dub will be there on the trailer. So we'll make sure the two of you guys get connected and you can meet person to person.
I just can't wait. That's exciting. Oh.
Yeah. Karen, do you want to close this out for the night?
I will. Do you have a winner from last week that we need to announce?
I do. I have a winner from the week before because last night Karen and I went MIA in Montana. It's just one of those things. The week before we were with Crossbreed, about the belly band. They will be joining us again later this summer. We've had a conversation. They're going to come on and talk some more about some of their other holsters. And the winner we have for the Shoot Like a Girl swag bag is Patty Gittimer. I think I'm saying that right. It's either Gittimer or Gittimer. Patty Gittimer. Yay! I'll reach out to you. We'll get your mailing address and get something in the mail to you. Sometimes things come out quickly and sometimes not so quickly, depending on our schedule. We are leaving town again very shortly. So don't panic. If it doesn't arrive right away, it is coming. We promise. It sometimes just takes a bit.
Yep. And thanks for everybody commenting. So this week, if you comment, share, and like, I think I have found a Ruger ball cap that we will send out to one lucky winner. So if you guys could please comment, share, and like on our post. Ben's not here, so we don't have a secret word of the day. But please do that. We really like you to share these and go back and replay and help us spread the message of firearm safety, this great option for women that's out there from Ruger, really for everybody. It's a great little carry gun, and I think that you will be pleased when you try it. But everybody have a great week. Things are getting back to normal, but they're still not normal everywhere. And so we just hope that everyone is, enjoying life and can get to visit us. Check out our schedule at shootlikeagirl.com/events and come see us where we are, because we'd love to visit with you in person.
Absolutely.
Bye, everyone.
Bye, y'all.
See you soon.
Bye.